an all-new episode of Hanging with the Dreamer every Monday at 12 noon. Available wherever you stream. All right. Hey, everybody, it's your boy, the Dreamer. Welcome to Hanging with the Dreamer featuring Cutter Savage. I am your humble host. I am the visionary CEO and visionary content creator for all things coming out of Dreamland Studios in a sunny Azusa, California. Now, real quick, before I bring Cutter out, who is waiting very patiently and very kindly in my green room, I just want to say real quick, Dreamers, support me on Patreon. Become a member of my Patreon family of dreamers. There are some new things that I'm getting ready to start posting on Patreon. And it does come with benefits for as little as $5 a month. For as little as $5 for a cup of coffee and a cup of Starbucks. You will get your name shouted out at the beginning and at the end of every show. Plus, your name will go on a list for my new outro video for all my shows, including this show, Hanging with the Dreamer. So click on my Patreon link. Sign up, become one of my Patreons, and we'll take it from there. Also, you can also support me on PayPal, but please use the friends and family option. That would be awesome. Uncle Sam is taxing PayPal now, so if you use the friends and family option, that would be awesome. All right, everybody, say hi in the chat. With the new release, let's bring out Cutter Savage and let's talk about his new release. Cutter will tell you all about it. Hey, Cutter, welcome.
What's up, Will?
Welcome back, man. Beautiful, man. Welcome back to the Hanging with the Dreamer, man.
Dude, it's great to be here. Good to be together again, man.
Hey, man.
Been a hot minute.
Life changes, man. And
I know, dude.
You just got to ride it out, you know?
I know it.
You just got to ride it out.
I know.
So, let's talk about your new release. Let's talk about some announcements.
Right on.
About endorsements. Let's talk about anything that you, my friend, would like to shout out and share with my worldwide family of dreamers, only on Hanging with the Dreamer here in the Dreamer's Life on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and PayPal. So what's new? What's up, man?
Dude, so as you as you mentioned, the album is out. It's live. It's in the universe. It's out there. It's on vinyl, which I think is pretty cool. Actually, this is the actual real thing, man. It's really here. It comes with this like book. Let me see if I can. It comes with like a really nice book with illustrations that go with like each of the stories. So that's pretty cool. It's a concept album. So it tells a story from start to finish. It's got this sweet gatefold and a sweet back cover, like the illustrations I went nuts with. But it's pretty fun. Like it is classic concept album type stuff. You know, I like to say when people ask what it sounds like, not that I'm saying I'm anything even close to these artists, but there's definitely like Rush mixed with Led Zeppelin kind of thing, and then you add like storytelling of Pink Floyd, and that's kind of like what the album's about. Um, so yeah, I'm excited to have it out. It's pretty cool. Uh, you know, it's on my website. You can hit my website, check out the new music link, and there's download, there's album, all that kind of stuff. You can listen to the tracks, some of them, and check it out. And there's a few on Spotify, so there's going to be more singles going up on Spotify, but that's pretty cool. And it's just super exciting because, as you know, Will, we've been on this journey together, kind of checking in along the way. So it's been really cool to have you be a part of it.
Thank you.
And all your listeners. Like, I know people have been checking in the chat and stuff, and other people that I've met through your show have bought some copies. So that's super cool, man. So yeah, it's just super exciting to have it out in the world and have people listening to it. So really excited.
Phenomenal. For those, absolutely. Well, that's what we do.
Right
That's
on.
what we are. That's what we breathe. That's what we live.
It
It's
is.
what we believe in. It's anything else. I'm afraid doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah, no, I mean every day I wake up and it's like, what am I going to listen to today? What kind of music? What am I geeking out on? And it's everything from like new stuff to blues to God, like lately getting back into the Pink Floyd Animals album, which is like
Aha!
totally trippy, man. Totally trippy. Um, from that to Joe Satriani to everything in between.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, we have some badass epic dreamers. Thank you guys watching on YouTube. Say hi in the chat.
Yeah, man.
Say hi to Cutter. Ask Cutter a question. Cutter Savage will be here for a minute, so please feel free to ask Cutter Savage questions about his new badass epic release that I personally know will enter the realms of Led Zeppelin's Houses of the Holy in the years to come. I'm telling you, I see it, I've heard it, I've seen videos. I I know where this is headed. I can see it already. And it's an honor and a privilege to be part of this journey.
Dude, the honor's mine, man. It's thank you for those kind words. I can only hope that this album would make even kind of a small fraction of the impact that you're talking about.
Well, a lot of creators, strive to have this kind of artistic vision, and many do, and I identify with it, of course.
Yeah.
But there's just something about what you got going on in the Great Tundra area and Wolf Den Studios, Cutter, that absolutely is spellbounding,
Wow.
and it's just powerful, powerful. If you believe, let me see this. If you believe in the power of music, and if you truly believe in your heart and in your soul that music is magic, like you've heard me say many times before, everybody check out the music of Cutter Savage. Pick up his newest release, pick up a shirt. He has different packages, different purchase bundles. Check out what he's got to offer,
Thank you, Will.
please,
Yeah,
because
there's yeah.
I guarantee you, You grab the music of Cutter Savage, you grab his latest release, and when you get it, find a nice quiet room where you live, put it on, and just breathe and take it all in.
Well,
Do
what's
that.
cool is like I do think, I was trying to create an album that's like, something you kind of experience. And you mentioned like, turning the lights down or whatever. It's like, um, you know, oh, Joe Bobby, what's
Hi,
happening,
Joe.
man? Cool.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Wow, it is magic. See,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
was what was the spark that set off the concept and the story? What about that, Cutter?
Yeah, so I had the story, which was the Legend of Cutter Savage, and there's a video out there about that. And actually, someone asked me like, "Well, what's the rest of the story?" And that's what actually sparked me thinking like, "Oh, I need to tell the rest of the story." And so it came pretty quick. It was like, all right, I'm fleshing out the story here, and I wrote that first, and then each of the songs relates to or kind of directly correlates to a kind of a section of the story itself. And I let the story drive like what the songs should sound like and what they should be. So that's kind of what started that. Um, Not sure if we lose Will.
No, I'm here.
Dude, you had me full screen. I'm like, oh, I think we're alone now.
No, we're not. We never are.
No, but so yeah, that's kind of what started it. Is I had that initial story, and I felt like I needed to tell the rest of the story. And each of those sections that I wrote are, each song on the album is kind of what musically I thought that story would sound like or how it would play out. So, great question. Thanks for asking.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, thank you.
Great question.
Thank you very much, sir, for jumping in.
Yeah.
My name is The Dreamer. Joe, this is my show, Hanging with the Dreamer. Hit subscribe, smash that bell, and go to my homepage of The Dreamer's Life. Check out who my upcoming interviews are. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Check it out.
Cool.
Welcome to my family of dreamers, Joe. Hit
Yeah.
subscribe and share this out. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the great question. That was a very good question.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Joe.
Yep.
So, we were talking about tapping into a little bit off camera. Well, what do you want to see happen? What do you want to see happen, Cutter, in the next year, 2 years by 2025? Where would you like to see your artistic vision grow to, despite the state of current affairs in music and real life?
Yeah. Well, that's a great, great question because there are plenty of things that are outside of our control, right? That we don't really know or control. But in terms of like, I don't have a hard fast plan of like by 2025 have this. But what I can tell you is this release, this concept album is smack dab in the middle of the story. So there's actually a prequel, however you say it. There's an album that there's a prequel. There's an album that goes before this, and there's one that goes after it. So the next steps are doing those albums, and what the goal is. I can grab this really quick. What will be cool is a little bit of a early giveaway, but if you look at this album, how it goes, like the artwork goes all the way across. The album before it will, if I can go the right way on the album before it, that artwork will fit right next to this, and then the album after it will fit right on the other side, so you can lay these out and it'll be like this whole big complete picture that will kind of be a cool art piece that you could listen to all 3 chapters or episodes or whatever you call them, and have your artwork all spread out, and check out the book that goes with it, which has like illustrations for each of the songs. So that's like the next thing. When I actually get that complete, who knows? We'll see.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, Cutter, since the last time we have talked, excuse me.
It's all right. Talk about remnants, man. You got the remnants of COVID.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the remnants of history.
Not to be confused at all, dreamers. Yeah. Be careful out there, everybody.
Yeah.
The threat is real. Maybe I should do a little one-off live stream and just share.
Yeah.
What the threat's about, and really what my experience was. What I'm comfortable talking about.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everybody, stay on the lookout for another live stream. It'll probably just be me talking about the experience I had with COVID. I've never been one to not share a story. I have never been one. I generally, if there's something that I believe in, dreamers, and I'm sure Cutter Savage can identify with this. If it's important to me, and if it's something that I have a very strong feeling about, I'm going to share about it.
Yep.
People are going to say I'm crazy. People are going to say I'm out of my mind. Maybe I am. Or not. Maybe I just may know something that others don't. Because I guarantee you, many people know stuff that I'm still learning.
Right on.
So, when that does happen, it's going to be pretty intense, and it's going to be all about timing with me when I feel the time is right.
Right on.
But in the meantime, let's talk about endorsements. Cutter Savage, what is going on with that?
Well, I've got my long-standing, and thank you for bringing that up, Will, and thanks for supporting that. So the first thing is I've got a long-standing relationship with Neck Illusions, and if you're not hip to them, it is super cool. This neck on this guitar, I'm going to try to hold it up, actually is maple, believe it or not. And when I went to do the cover, you can see this is the guitar on the cover. I did some initial photographs and shoots, and the maple was just looking too bright on the cover of, like, we've got this like dramatic artwork that I was creating, and it just looked a little too bright and it was sticking out. And I reached out to Neck Illusions, and they made this custom decals, and they have all these awesome designs. I went pretty simple with it. But you can get like something basic like this, but they have stuff where there's just graphics all the way up and down the neck, which is super cool. So they sent me one of these, and we started talking. I loved it. I'm like, this is so cool, super easy to put on there too. It just like took me like 10 minutes, and I'm like, dude, this is cool. And they're like, hey, do you want to do a partnership together? And I was like, heck yeah, I do. So that's number one. And then this is breaking news. I just recently signed an endorsement deal with Clayton Picks. So they do if you're not hip to that, they do custom guitar picks, and I'm going to be representing them because they did the guitar picks that I don't even know if I can get these up to the screen, but I have a bunch of guitar picks that I made for the album release, and we started talking. And here's another one, and we started talking, and the one thing led to another, and because their picks are freaking awesome, and that led to me now being an official endorser of Clayton Picks. So that's pretty cool. I'm really excited about that. Really excited to represent their company and the awesomeness that they create. So those are the two big ones.
Congratulations on the Clayton picks. Congratulations on. I love Neck Illusions. I really should reach out to them. And
Yeah, that's cool because I mean it doesn't affect like your playability either. Like
no,
it's super thin and it just looks cool.
awesome. So let's talk about your ever-changing taste in guitar rigs.
Oh yeah. So right now you can't. So because of the broadcast or whatever, I don't have like both amps mic'd up, but I run a stereo rig, so it's out of my pedal board. I have a delay pedal, Digitech Digidelay, and that's stereo. And what you do is you send one output to one amp and the other output to the other amp, and then what happens is when you have your delay on, it bounces back and forth between if you have the right pedal, it'll bounce back and forth between the two amps. So I have like small Fender amp, and then a Mesa Boogie on the other side. So the Mesa Boogie is like super fat, thick sound, and the Fender acts almost like kind of like a tweeter, because it's got like a crispier high end. And so you mix the two together and you get and I'm not sure how it's coming through on here, but live it sounds really nice and big. And you can, when you're playing somewhere, you can dial in like, okay, I need a little bit more fat, so I bring that up, or I need a little bit more edge to my sound. So I'll bring up the Fender just a little touch to kind of, if I need to cut through the mix or whatever, if I'm just not hearing it on stage. You can kind of adjust, you can adjust like based on your setting. So that's pretty cool. And then you just get this like bounce back and forth, which makes things sound like super huge. So there's that. Distortion wise, I run pretty clean, fairly clean. So there's this. That's like my clean sound. And then I run the Boss DS1, which a lot of people do. I know like Joe Satriani, Steve Vai use this. But it gives you like a nice compressed distortion sound. So there's that. And then there's this, I recently discovered kind of a cool thing you can do for pushed, like your pushed clean sound. This is a Dynacomp, so like a little compression, which like to me brings some of the brightness of the sound out of like where, if you play a clean sound, there's like this, you start playing and the note kind of, it rolls off pretty quickly. There's like this kind of softness or deadness to the sound. But if you add a compressor, it just kind of, it sustains the notes just a little bit and brings out a little bit of high end. And then this one, I think Will. I know Will. You gave me this one. It's oh yeah, the Mojo, the TC Electronics Mojo. So it's like not, if you compare it to that DS1, it's like a more open, maybe more like an AC/DC sound or something like that. So thanks again, Will, for sending me that. But yeah, with the compressor, I think it sounds like you get this nice, clean push sound. What else? Always have the Phase 90. So that's that makes everything kind of juicy. Like if you're having an off day, put on your Phase 90. So yeah, it just kind of gives like this little bit of juice to everything you do. So yeah, I mean, obviously that's the the Eddie thing. There's like OC3. So I don't know if that's coming through, but it adds an octave below everything you do. So that's super fun. And this is the freak out pedal, which is pretty cool. Like instant feedback. It's like kind of almost like, I don't know. It's like a moped. You really like, you don't necessarily want your friends to see on one, but they're like super fun. But
that's cool, man. I love those pedals.
So you put like, I've got the JHS 3 series delay. Just cool. It's got like the bucket brigade thing, so like the delay kind of melts. They melt into each other. So you put a long delay on. So that's kind of mostly what's going on my rig, my pedal board, and of course, Excelsior, the guitar, born from the ages. You'll have to check out the story in the album to figure out what that's all about.
Yep, that's for sure. That's for sure. Hey, what's going on in the chat? Let's go over and say hi. Joe, R.I.P. Wah pedal ?
Oh yeah. So the wah is.
Thank you, Joe.
Yes, the wah. It's right here. I had it in and my battery died right before the show. So it's like, you like plug in and it's like, where's my signal? Why isn't this going? And yeah, so, but the wah that
Yeah.
I like to use is the Vox. And from my understanding, this is the Jimi Hendrix one. So this is
It
like,
is.
I can get, yes. Not only does it look cool, but it sounds awesome. And
Hmm.
for me, if it's good enough for Hendrix, it darn sure is more than good enough for me. I'm a huge Hendrix fan, so it's always cool to be like kind of playing through the actual circuits that your heroes are playing. And yeah, I love the Vox Wah. Um, so yeah, when I was looking for WAS, I did a kind of a shootout a little bit, but I just landed on this one because I'm like, yeah, Jimmy's the man. This thing sounds awesome for what I like to do. So, and speaking of Jimmy, I have this idea. I've not done it yet, but I want to create like a Jimmy pedal board that's like just his stuff. So I can like, and then have like a switcher so I can go into like my normal rig, but then like switch off and go into like Jimmy mode. And it's like all his stuff. Like, what else do I have?
The pro
Yeah,
Activia.
dude, this thing is
There
nuts.
it
It's like,
is.
yeah, it's the sound of when you hear like the solos on Purple Haze.
Hmm.
It's on a few other ones. It's got this like high pitched, but it's like a fuzz, and it sounds like it's breaking up. That's that one. And then
Yes. Yes.
sorry, I'm kind of geeking out on pedals, but this guy, Fuzzface Mini,
Aha.
yeah, yeah. So
Haha.
that's a cool one. What's interesting about these, like the old circuits, though, is like they kind of fight back a little bit, and
Yeah.
it's not like just throwing in like your regular Boss DS1 and your signal chain. It definitely, you've got to nuance them a little bit, and like the pedal order becomes super important, and the power that goes to them. So like another reason why like the Proctavia is not in the thing, because that battery also died right before we went on. And so that's just like a sign that, again, it's kind of a finicky pedal. It's a finicky circuit. So like the only way I've gotten the power to work on that is to use batteries, and that is kind of its own pain in the butt. So that's what it is, though. So yeah.
Well, the whole thing about the old circuits is that that's what all of our idols, all of our heroes used.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Eh, you know,
yeah, dude. Next is
it,
like some kind of univibe, which I'm told, or I thought I read somewhere, that Jimmy debuted the univibe pedal when he did the Star Spangled Banner at Woodstock. And if you listen to that, you can hear it, man. It's like it is the sound of that solo. It's so cool.
yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it's amazing. I'm a big Hendrix fan,
Yeah,
and you know that um, I believe in his music. I believe in everything that he tried to do in the short amount of time that he was with us.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, when you think about, I think there were only 3 official albums, right?
Right?
It was like Jimi Hendrix Experience, Axis Bold of Love, about Axis Bold as Love. What's the third one? I'm blanking on the third, but there were like 3, right? And then the
Are you
rest
ex- are you
are,
experienced?
yep, I think that was number 1. All right, if somebody can, I'm blanking on it. If someone can throw it in the chat, that would be awesome. But there were like only, I think there were only three official albums that he released while he was alive. Uh,
Yes.
And then the rest is like a Band of Gypsies
Yes.
that came out.
Yes.
I thought there was one other like Hendrix album though. Um,
I just remember Band of Gypsies. I remember
yeah,
when Are You Experience came out,
yep.
the whole Purple Haze phase.
Oh yeah, yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
know.
Oh yeah, Band of Gypsies is good too in its own right, And there's super nerdy stuff, but there are, if you check out Band of Gypsies on Spotify, I imagine it's on Apple Music or whatever else. There are like that was actually 2 or 3 shows that they did. So they took the best songs from the 2 or 3 shows. So they've actually put up the other songs from the other shows on Spotify. So that's pretty cool. You can, like Machine Gun, you can compare the different versions of that.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. I mean, that song alone is just nuts.
Yeah.
It's basically a full encyclopedia for all of us to learn every single trick of Hendrix.
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Right now, right this absolute second, I am trying to pull up a video,
Oh, cool.
and your video,
Nice.
and I want to give um so I'm going to move you to my other screen.
Cool.
um I want to I want to give everybody an opportunity to experience all this stuff that I've been talking about this whole entire time. Um, so, Cutter, can you please
Yep.
take everybody while I'm doing this?
Yeah, man.
Can you? Oh, let me close this out. Can you please take everybody through your journey of realizing that you need to play guitar and you need to pursue music?
Yeah. Okay. That's a good one. I actually it's interesting, I guess. Maybe not it's interesting. I think it is, whatever. Um but I don't feel like I chose music. I think music chose me, or it was like something that I just had to do. As a kid, I remember we had a piano, and just like picking out notes that work together. And so did a little bit on the piano, but we never had a guitar around the house. We did. We had like a classical guitar sitting around, but it didn't really interest me all that much. And then I got a little bit older, and as I got older, I was like hanging out in music stores a little bit more. And I remember the time like that an electric guitar caught my eye, and I knew, I was just like, man, I gotta have one of those. Gotta have one. When you combine that with like my love for Led Zeppelin at the time, was super into every single album and everything they were doing, was totally tuned into them. Loved Jimmy Page. I was like, I got a guitar, I got a little practice amp. It was a kind of a beater Stratocaster, so it was like a like an import copy of a Strat, like a black Strat with a white pickguard, and didn't stay in tune for anything. It was really hard to play, but it was mine, and I was able to start learning some of the Zeppelin riffs and some of the music that I loved. And I ended up trading that guitar for a better one, and slowly upgrading my amp. And in the meantime, also started to get into Van Halen really, really like a ton. And so I discovered Van Halen, Zeppelin. Those were my bands, and just trying to learn all that stuff. And then I started getting into playing with other people, getting into bands, and it was just like this is it for me. This is what I'm about. And from there, it just like is well, and then got into like Joe Satriani and Steve Vai and those kinds of players, and just looking at getting into all kinds of music. So you know, it's been really cool. Um, it's something that once I even got into all that stuff, just totally went down the rabbit hole, and it just became my life. And it's I just every single day, like I was saying before, every single day, it's like what what's the music of the day? Where can I explore? Where can I find new stuff? You know, where can I dive into old stuff that I've been thinking about? So it's become it's become part of who I am. How's the video coming, Will?
Well, I'm working on it.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
We can always put a link. We can put a link down in the uh, whatever you might call it. The
oh, here it
description.
is
You
in the
got it.
description box. I can do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Here it is right here. So, what is the backstory to the rise of Excelsior?
Yeah. So the first song that's on the album is the first part of this section of the story. There was an ancient sect of monks, and for years they have been trying to collect all the materials to form a legendary guitar, the one that I stumbled upon in the story. But they, for years, were trying to bring together the elements, and they finally had them all. And they were able to uh, bring together the elements to fashion this guitar. And but what happened when they were doing that is one of the monks was injured during the creation of this guitar, was burned actually because it was fashioned from steel and magma, hot magma. And the magma burned this monk, and it was the last straw for him, and he turned to a life of evil. So that plays out in the later parts of the story, but that is that's kind of the genesis of this little section of the story, and that's the lead off track. It's like a little bit more upbeat, it kicks off the album. That's kind of the main riff. That's that's part of one of the solos from it. So
What I could do is I can I could add the video link
yeah,
to the rise of Excelsior
dude, yeah,
in this description box
yeah. Throw it in the description.
because I want everybody to experience the same thing I did. Um, yeah, everybody could see I'm wearing my
Oh,
Godzilla
dude,
shirt,
that's sweet.
holding a Les Paul,
Nice.
and the reason for that's not just because I've always been a Godzilla fan, or I believe in ghosts, or I believe in the Loch Ness monster, or I believe in the things I believe in, that I have faith in, that I see, that I know are real, that I know guide me on my journey. But it's because, you know, have you seen the new TV series for House of Dragons?
No, no. Is that like what? Yeah, no, I have not seen that.
Dude, check out House of Dragons
Cool.
on YouTube or on satellite.
Okay. Yeah, dude, I'll check it out.
Now, let's talk about playing live. What are your plans to take the Rise of Excelsior, who you are holding right now, and go out and perform your magical vision in front of people?
Yeah. So probably going to be a couple one-off gigs here and there to kind of promote. It'll be like album release type things and little celebrations. So we'll do like short sets at those. So that's kind of the thing. Might be a couple like live streams here coming up. So that'll be like another way to play the stuff live. I also want to do like a kind of like almost like a pre-recorded live thing, where it's like a few different cameras pre-recorded but played live, and like edit that so it's like a really nice kind of live documentation of the music. So that's what's on my mind. Who knows how quickly and how soon that stuff will happen, but yeah, that's the direction.
What I am doing right now, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
What I'd like to do right now is just give people a little a little taste of what exactly or who exactly Cutter Savage is.
Sweet.
So, this is what I'm trying to do right this second. Um, and evidently, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over here. I just got have this thought that I want to share some photos
Cool.
with the world. So let's go over here. So this is what I'm thinking. Um, for some reason, the photos are having a problem
Ooh.
with pulling up. I just wanted to like add them to my background.
Yeah.
Um,
Difficulty.
so one thing I would like to do before we end here, I would like to
Yeah.
number one apologize to you. I had the wrong time,
Oh, no worries, man. No worries. It's all good. We're here.
and and also I would like to invite you to, if you would like to maybe do like a live performance type thing with
Oh
some
yeah.
backing tracks in preparation to go out and play live with other
Yeah.
musicians. I would love to broadcast your first performance live on Hanging with
Dude,
the Dreamer.
that would be cool, man. Yeah.
Give the world a real good taste of who Cutter Savage is.
I love it.
And I would like to do that for you. So when you have that together, please let me know
I will let you know, man.
and we will line it up.
Nice.
And I will have a special live artist rendition of Hanging with the Dreamer featuring Cutter Savage live in concert.
That sounds awesome.
And I would like to invite your sponsors
Oh, cool.
and anybody else that you would like to invite. I would like to do that.
Awesome.
Seeing as how when you don't want to pay through the nose or for any kind of technology, and
Yeah.
you know technology companies are always upgrading, more money. No,
Yeah. Yeah.
no, I'm fine, thank you.
But Will, you need a new phone. Come on, you need to upgrade your internet. You need the next best thing always.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
except you don't.
Either there, you pay for it, and I'll be glad to display it and share it and play it. Gee. But yeah, the I think it's really great that you've been able to come back.
Oh yeah.
And I have a box right here that I'm going to unbox at another time because I don't want to take up too much more of
Oh,
your
that's
time.
cool. Yeah.
But I want to thank you, Cutter Savage. Are there anybody? Is there anybody in this whole big wide world that you would like to give a Cutter Savage shout out to?
Well, thanks, Will, for all the kind words. It's been great. We've been working together here for a long time. So it's like I said, you've been supporting me through creating this album and getting to where it is. So I appreciate that and thank you for that. Yeah, great. Another great big shout out to Neck Illusions. Great big shout out to Clayton Custom Picks for the supporting independent artists. That's a huge deal. It's hard, man, to get your stuff out there, to get it even together, but then it takes a lot to promote it. There's a ton of music already out there, so it's hard to get heard and noticed. And both Clayton Custom Picks and Neck Illusions support independent artists, and it's just my gratitude is huge for that. So really appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely. No, you know what? There's a reason why we met, and there's a reason why we developed together, and there's a reason why we continue to grow together and why our separate artistic visions keep maturing and maturing.
Yeah, man.
And there's a reason why we're together. And that's music. That's the magic of music. That's the
Yeah,
magic of artistic vision.
definitely brings people together.
You know, the magic of guitars, the magic of guitar gear, the magic. I'll have to show you my wall WLP, affectionately called Cindy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll have to send you some photos of that.
Awesome. Yeah.
Now, during the making, and one of the last things I wanted to ask you, during the making of the new Cutter Savage release, Remnants of History,
Yep.
what was the digital audio station? We're going to get kind of geeky and nerdy right now. That's all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
What's the DAW of choice?
So I use Reaper, which is a free digital audio workstation, but it has all the features of, like of the bigger, more expensive things. It's got tons of plugins. You can get other plugins and add them to it. So like all your compressors, your EQs, everything you need. So Reaper is what I use to record all the tracks. Um, My original USB interface died in the middle of the creation of the album, so I ended up kind of upgrading to a Tascam. It's called 16 by 8, so it has a whole bunch of ins and outs, which is pretty cool. So mostly like those were the two big things, and then it's classic SM57 mics. I've got like a few different condenser mics, different things for voice, and guitars. Of course, the 57 is the classic microphone for guitar amps. This is a 58, which I like the way it's. People say it's for live, but I actually like the way a voice sounds recorded through it. And little tip, super nerdy tip, but a 58 is just a 57 with the ball cover on it. So if you remove the ball cover, you've got yourself a 57. The ball cover filters the voice in such a way that makes it sound better on the 57. So there you go. There's your nerdy tip of the day. But yeah, just the Reaper, bunch of different, kind of plugins and effects on the tracks, and my guitar and amp arsenal, and that was it. That's pretty much it.
Always remember that anything in life
Dude,
can happen.
heck yeah, man. Is that a dragon? It's hard to
It
see.
is. It is.
Wow. It's like iridescent, man.
Yeah. Yeah. This is my little buddy Bart.
Whoa,
Yeah. Bart's cool, man. I
that's
love
cool,
Bart.
dude. Yeah.
I love Bart. And also, let's put Bart over here.
Yep.
Also remember that if it wasn't for hmm, it's not,
Yeah, it's dropping out. It thinks it's not human.
yeah, you think right. You think right.
Humans only. Oh, I can see it. It's like oh yeah, Randy Rhodes.
Yep.
Yep.
I got this as a birthday
Dude,
gift.
that's sweet. It's got
Yeah,
the flying V there.
the Concord.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And also, never forget, and this is something I just want to say to anybody who watches this on the replay, forget the power of music. Music is magic. Music comes in all forms, all shapes,
Whoa.
all sizes. Music is magic. Music is inspiration. And just like this burning ball of fire in my hands,
Dude, it's the burning, flaming ball of magical music.
this is my this is my literally I could say that this is my religion. And this is what the dreamer believes in. This is what guides the dreamer to stay in touch with his artistic vision.
Right on.
And I'm sharing this with only you, Cutter,
And the rest of the world on YouTube.
and the rest of the world on
Exclusive.
YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Welcome to Dreamland Studios. And always remember, take life one day at a time
That's all you got.
because you never know what color your day is going to take shape. Are you going to have a light blue day? Are you going to have a purple iridescent, mystical, magical day? Or are you just going to have a blah day? Or are you going to have a light blue day where you see everything in a different way and you have a different understanding? I
Dude, it's
prefer
like
this
it's like
day right
it's
here.
like the Axis Bold as Love song, right? About the colors, you know. I don't know what that was. All right, man.
Everybody, you've been watching Hanging with the Dreamer featuring Cutter Savage. Be sure to check out all of Cutter's links down in the description box below. Cutter, it's been an awesome pleasure. Welcome back to Dreamland Studios.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the artistic, creative, visionary world of the dreamer.
Thank you.
And thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being my brother. And thank you for walking side by side with me through this journey. We have many more miles to walk together.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you, Will.
Absolutely, everybody support Cutter, support the Rise of Excelsior, support Remnants of History. Everybody pick up Cutter Savage's new release. Check out his very, very reasonable purchase bundles. Support everything, get yourself a shirt and everything else, all Cutter Savage. Cutter,
Dude,
I await our next conversation. Thank you so much for coming to Dreamland Studios today.
as do I, man. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
And very quickly, everybody, you can support Hanging with the Dreamer if you like my content. You could support my productions on PayPal using the friends and family option. You can also sign up to become a Patreon member of mine for as little as $5 a month. For as little as a cup of coffee, you will get your name shouted out. And at the beginning of the show, the middle of the show, and the end of the show, of any show that I might be doing at the time. And you will get your name. I'm writing down the first 20 names. My first 20 Patreons will be getting credited in my new outro video for Hanging with the Dreamer that I am currently in the middle of creating right now. So sign up, everybody. Get your name on that list of my first 20 patrons. And keep believing in magic. Keep believing in music. Keep believing in love. Be kind. Be good. And support Cutter Savage. See you on the next interview, you guys. It's going to be great. And go to The Dreamer's Life on YouTube. Check out my new upcoming shows, my upcoming interviews. You're going to be blown away because I know I'm very excited. Support, support, support. Thanks, everybody. An all-new episode of Hanging with the Dreamer every Monday at 12 noon. Available wherever you stream.